Victor, Echo 3, Delta, India, Golf.
DIG, I remember you from last Friday. What's the name?
Last Friday. What's the name?
Yeah, the name is Caesar. I'm located near Toronto. I'm on a different radio. Yeah, we spoke, I believe, about a week or so ago. I was on the ICOM 7800, and I'm on a different radio. I'm on a Yaesu FTDX-101 Delta at the moment.
101 Delta?
101 Delta?
Yeah, the new, well, it's a fairly new radio. Yaesu FTDX-101D, over.
Roger, Caesar. Well, if you're interested in our setup procedure, first thing, double check to be sure you're in that 100 to 2900 wide transmit band pass.
900 wide transmit band pass?
Yeah, that's what I'm running. I usually run from these radios 100 to 2900. That's what I'm running right now, over.
Roger. Okay, compressor on at a 3. Compressor processor on at a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100, depending on how you're labeled.
30 out of 100, depending on how you're labeled.
Yeah, okay, so what I see here is the compressor scale is 0 to 30 dB, so we would want basically around 10, is that correct?
Yes, absolutely, 10 is absolute correct.
Is absolutely correct.
Okay, let me just see what I got here. So I'm around audio, about 8 right now. Audio.
All right, is that mid-scale to 2/3?
All right, is that mid-scale to 2/3?
Yeah, basically, that's the compressor we're talking about, right?
Now, well, just leave the compressor on a 10. Now let's move to your ALC with mic gain in hand. And as you say the word audio, adjust your mic gain until your ALC meter is running mid-scale to 2/3.
Meter is running mid-scale to 2/3.
Audio. Audio. Audio.
Does that look pretty good there, Caesar?
Does that look pretty good there, Caesar?
Yeah. Basically, it's within the ALC 2/3 to a little bit more than 2/3, over.
Roger. Well, don't get too hot. I mean, we want to be mid-scale to 2/3, and the actual sweet spot that we're looking for is absolutely halfway between mid-scale and 2/3. But you just can't camp out on that place. So we say mid-scale to 2/3. So you'll be passing through the perfect area there, Roger.
The perfect area there, Roger.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Let me just do it one more time. I'll bring it down a bit. Audio. Okay, very good. So we're about half to 2/3 right now.
Yes, sir. Okay, now let's move to your equalization page. To your EQ page, Roger.
To your EQ page, Roger.
Yeah, okay, very good. Just to get the menu out here. Yeah, okay, so I'm on a parametric equalizer here, so I'm not sure if you're familiar with the settings here. So I'm on the page right now.
Alrighty, now just tell me just a little bit about your parametric. Can you move the shape of the EQ curve? I mean, not the curve, but the actual. So if I were to say 1 kc, can you give me a 4 shape at 1 kc, or can you move the envelope of the 1 kc equalizer? Or you have strict non-adjustable areas of that EQ as far as the width of the EQ?
Well, we have, there's 3 settings for every frequency, and you can adjust the frequencies, the low, the mid, and the high. So each the low end, for example, I'm set at 200 hertz, and with a level of -4 and a bandwidth of +2. So those are the three settings for each low, mid, and high frequency. Over.
Roger, Roger. So what we want is to first be sure that everything between 500 cycles and 1.2K or 1.4K are flat. We want everything between 500 cycles and 1.4K flat. Roger?
K flat. Roger?
Yeah, okay. So, so I'm not, I'd have to check on how to do that. I mean, I got set up at, my mid is set up at 1,000 hertz, so basically I have to check, but I basically got 200, 1,000, and what do I got here? 20, hold on a sec.
So Caesar, do you copy?
So Caesar, do you copy?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just trying to figure something out here. Let's see what kind of numbers we can move here.
All right, so it sounds like you may be just a 3-band parametric EQ. Would that be correct?
Just a 3-band parametric EQ. Would that be correct?
Yeah, Roger. It's a 3-band parametric with some adjustment there on the frequency. Over.
Yes, sir. Okay. So that 1 kc, make that one flat. Flat on the mid-range 1 kc. Flat. Roger?
The mid-range 1 kc. Flat. Roger?
So how do we get it to go flat, Jim? Over?
You should have an adjustment for that. In other words, if you have a movable parametric, you will have a width control that you can make that however wide you want, like 1 to 10 as far as the width, and then there would be a control for the intensity, cut or minus. That would be the one that you would be looking for, and you would want to make that plus or minus 10, or so you can go plus 10 or minus 10, so a flat would be in the middle of that. Roger?
So a flat would be in the middle of that. Roger?
Yeah, okay. So do you want to start off at the 1 kilohertz, or do you want to start off on the low, or you want to set that flat and then we'll work from there?
Now, the first thing, in any time you work on an EQ, you want to be sure that the first thing you want to do is to make sure the mid-range is flat, because an equalizer is designed to balance the top to the mid-range and the bottom to the mid-range. And if the mid-range is boosted, it's so much harder for the top and bottom to catch up. So when you're doing an equalization, the first thing you want to do is to be sure that that mid-range control is in the flat mode. Roger?
Control is in the flat mode. Roger?
Yeah, okay, very good. So basically, I'm looking at my bandwidth on the mid frequency here, on the second on the mid frequency, and so it goes from, I just moved it from 10 to 0. So basically, I had it at 4. So flat would be what, at 0 or 10?
Well, you could be talking about your width. The width of the, parametric. If you had a movable width capability in that parametric, it usually is 0 to 10. So you should have, in the flat mode, it doesn't make any difference what the width is, because it's all flat anyway. So how many controls do you have for your mid-range, and how are they labeled?
For your mid-range, and how are they labeled?
Okay, so I have on the equalizer level, I'm at 0 now. I'm moving it up to 10. I'm at 10 now, 0 again here, -10, and -20. So -20, I can hear it on the headset here. That sounds very muddy or down. I don't know. I mean, that could be too much. Now I'm at 0. 0 is what I'm speaking on now, and I'm up +10 now. So I went from -20 to 0 to +10. Those are the extreme, and then the 0 is in between. Over.
Roger that. So that is your cutter boost control there. So you want to put that at 0. Roger, Roger.
You want to put that at 0. Roger, Roger.
Yeah, okay, very good. So we're at 0 right now, and the frequency is set at 1,000 hertz. Over.
I'm sorry, I just messed up my SWR for just a moment. It's back together now. All right, so flat that mid-range, and let's move on. Let's do the top after you verify that mid-range is flat. Roger.
Top after you verify that mid-range is flat. Roger.
Yeah, Roger. At 0, 1 kilohertz, and the bandwidth, I guess we will leave out for now.
Yeah, okay, so let's go to the treble EQ, and what does that say as far as the frequency that it's set at?
And what does that say as far as the frequency that it's set at?
Okay, so we're at 2,700 hertz, and the equalizer set at 7, which is on the higher end, closer to 10. So obviously 10 is the highest. We're set at 7. Over.
Roger, so go ahead and take that to 10. Go ahead and take that treble 2.7K control to +10. Roger.
7K control to +10. Roger.
Yeah, okay, very good. So we're at 10 now. Move from number 7 setting to 10. We're on 10 right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Over.
Yes, sir. Okay, let's go to the bottom end now, to your base. And is that setting at 100 cycles?
And is that setting at 100 cycles?
It's set at 200. I'm going to switch it over to 100 right now. So 100 hertz right now. 100 and parametric equalizer level at -4, which is below the flat of 0. Over.
Roger. Okay, bring that up to 0. Bring your base EQ up to 0 level. Roger, Roger. Flat.
Up to 0 level. Roger, Roger. Flat.
Yeah, okay, very good. So we're at flat right now. 0, 0. 100 hertz, 0. That right now. I'm back to you.
Alrighty, and so why don't you tell me about the best thing you like about your radio, and for about 10 seconds, and let me listen to you that way, Roger.
For about 10 seconds, and let me listen to you that way, Roger.
Yeah, okay, very good, Jim. DIG, run with the Yaesu FTDX-101 delta, doing some audio test, and this radio here has a great receiver. That's one of the best things I have. Stick receiver. Back to you.
Alrighty, so it sounds pretty good to me. I think what we'll do maybe is get another 10 seconds or 15 seconds of recording. Tell me about the microphone that you're using for about 10 seconds, and let me get another recording on you, Roger.
Let me get another recording on you, Roger.
Okay, very good, Jim. So I'm using the Electro Voice RE27 with this radio as a nice microphone. I like the microphone that's got the 3 different settings on it. I can adjust it, but right now we got everything set to doing some audio testing here with the RE27 and the 101 Delta. And the RE27 Delta. Back to you.
Roger, Roger. Sounds pretty good to me. You be the judge, though. You want to hear your audio? If you go to YouTube and do that call letter search, KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, will take you to this recording. And like I say, I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow, Roger?
I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow, Roger?
Yeah, okay, very good. Jim, I'm just looking at the settings. So basically, we just, if I'm looking at this correctly, we set everything at hold on a sec here. So I got the, let me just make a change here. Hold on, Jim. I think I screwed up here. There's two sets of parametric equalizers, one with the compression and one without. Let me go to the, I adjusted the one without, but I don't think that's going to be affected. Let me just make that quick change on the parametric with the compressor. Is that okay?
Caesar, I think we just do away with that compressor. I don't think you need the compressor, so your settings are correct the way they are, Roger?
Settings are correct the way they are, Roger?
Yeah, okay, very good. So I have the compressor on now. I mean, so anyway, I just brought it back down to 0. The low is at 0 where you liked it originally, and and then we bring it to 100 hertz. Is that correct?
Are we talking about EQ? We're talking about compressor. I think we decided that the compressor should be out of the circuit. Do away with the compressor, out, compressor off. And then all of our EQs we just made were with the compressor off, and I think you said that was the mode that the switch was on for the equalizers to be effective, was with the compressor off. So we should be just perfect the way we were there, Roger?
Perfect the way we were there, Roger?
Yeah, okay, very good. Well, yeah, no, we've been doing it with the compressor on. I've been testing with the compressor on, but there's settings, there's equalizer settings for both. When the compressor's engaged, there's one set of settings, and then when you turn off the compressor, it follows a separate set of settings, just in case you want to run without it and with it, if you know what I mean. Over?
Yes, sir. Well, let me make it simple. Get the Gorilla Tape out, tape it down exactly the way it is now. Don't worry about this, that, or the other thing. Just tape all this stuff down with Gorilla Tape, Roger. It's perfect.
With Gorilla Tape, Roger. It's perfect.
Yeah, okay, very good. Well, that's all I needed to hear, Jim. Thanks for the help. I appreciate it, and hopefully we can hear you on the air again. Have yourself a great weekend. KC9VKV, VE3DIG 73, and thanks for the help.
Roger, Caesar, and I've got you up towards Toronto, is that correct?
Got you up towards Toronto, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. I'm about 35 kilometers northwest of the city of Toronto.
All righty, I'm copying you gangbusters on the Milford, PA. You're about like 20 over on the Milford, PA, so great job there. We'll be looking, if you get a chance, join us next Friday, Roger?
Get a chance, join us next Friday, Roger?
Yeah, okay, very good. Well, I do have another radio we can check out, so maybe next Friday I'll see you here, and we can work on that one there. Thanks for your help, 73, my friend. Have yourself a good weekend. KC9VKV, VE3DIG. Bye-bye now.
Roger, Roger, Caesar, 73, sir. And with that, I look and I see by the clock on the wall, there is a dead fly. Ooh. So we got to get out of here. We've enjoyed it. Hopefully you have, if you participated and want to hear your audio. If you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook, that will take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 2200 Qso-Vlog aircheck recordings, and we'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow. So, with that, we return this frequency back to normal amateur radio use. This is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, clear.